Hey, it's Travis Oscar Mike Radio. Today is Saturday, February 29th, 2020, Elite Day, I believe. And I'm at the Portuguese Club in Bridgewater, Massachusetts for the Veterans Brotherhood Motorcycle Club annual Cabin Fever event. Tons of people out here. Let me see if I can swing this camera around. Look at all this. Look at all this. All these people here. They're getting ready to eat. They're all having a good time, and I'm having a great time. I know a lot of these guys from the Veterans Brotherhood, done some things with them, talked with them, seen how they support veterans in the community. This is amazing. Great national anthem tonight. A lot of different people here, a lot of different clubs represented, all to raise money to help veterans and just have a good time. Everybody's being cool, and if you weren't here tonight, make sure you get on the Veterans Brotherhood MC Facebook page. Have a good time. I'm going to take a break here. They're serving food right now. I'm back here, but what I'm going to do is, if someone wants to come and talk to me, sit down with the mic, talk to them, and see what's up. We're locked through lunch. Hey, it's Travis Oscar Mike Radio. The Portuguese Club in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. It's February 29th, a very special day. And we just heard Amazing Grace sang, and people are just having a good time. As I pan around the room, you can see the hall is full. People are coming in. There's all kinds of raffle prizes and artists doing stuff. There's music and fantastic food. So we're going to see if we get somebody to come here and talk to me. If not, I'm just going to have a good time and hang out. Always educational doing one of these. And really cool to see veterans and non-veterans hanging out, having a good time. All the money raised here by the Veterans Brotherhood goes back into the community to help veterans in need. So, again, I'm Travis, this is Oscar Mike Radio, and we're locked through launch on this. All right, so just having a little fun here while I'm waiting to talk to people. So you're wondering how I can see me from two angles. Well, very simply, I have two cameras hooked into Open Broadcast Studio, and it's recording through Open Broadcast Studio to my computer's hard drive. So the big image of me is a true video camera camcorder. The other smaller image is an 8-man A80. And I do this so when the time comes to pan the camera or bring somebody into the conversation, you can kind of get that feeling where you're watching them and you can watch me if you want to, all at the same time. So I'm at Bridgewater, Massachusetts. I'm at the Portuguese Club. This is the Veterans Brotherhood Motorcycle Club annual Cabin Fever event. And we're all excited tonight because about another month, all the motorcycles will start coming out, and it's going to be epic. And what the Veterans Brotherhood does, they take the money here and use it to support the club, use it to support veterans. And it's been really cool seeing other motorcycle groups here. You got the American Infidels, the Broken Chains Biker Church, very cool org. Rolling Thunder, I'll be talking to those guys soon, and the Combat Vets Association. So what I got to do right now is figure out how to get some food. I really don't want to leave all this stuff back here, but this is good stuff. And I highly encourage you to look up the Veterans Brotherhood and get in contact with them. So like I said, I'm hanging out here until about 10 or 11. Having a great time, and learn a whole lot. Loving that everybody's coming in, having a good time. We're locked through lunch. Hey, it's Travis Oscar Mike Radio. How are you doing? First guest of the night. He had a booth here at the Veterans Brotherhood MC annual Cabin Fever event. Here is his card. And this is CKB Custom Art with Mr. Chris Boyden.
Yes, sir.
Chris, welcome to Oscar Mike Radio. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I can't hear so well, but
All right, I'll speak up for you. Hey, man, Connor Sullivan told me that you do art and motorcycle helmets. So how does the helmet work?
as far as
Painting it.
as far as painting,
Yeah.
I do basically. I'll take any helmet, customize it to my own liking, whether it's airbrushing or just basic art to it. Typically, I'll go with anything that appeals to me, or a veteran or a soldier that can, find something that they relate to, and try to stick it to, the artwork, and hopefully everyone's happy with it, and go with that.
So did you serve in the military?
Yes, sir, I did.
Where did you serve and when?
I was 1st Cavalry Division.
No kidding.
First in the 82nd Field Artillery, Desert Storm.
Oh, wow.
And I've had, other deployments, but, the big one was Gulf War.
So you got your big, huge gun towed on a truck. You go there, you sit
Yes,
up, and you
sir.
start firing
Yes,
for
sir.
effect.
Big guns and no mercy. Just, laying fire, and that's it.
I love it. I love it. What got you into doing this painting?
Art has always been an expression for me since I was a kid. I've always found that it was an outlet. Even in the military, I would draw and paint just as a way to get away from things that would kind of bring me down.
Right.
So art was my way of getting out of it. Growing up in a home that was a little rough, art was always a way to get out of it.
Right.
And even in the military, and to this day, it's therapy in a way. Yeah.
So if I brought you a helmet, a motorcycle helmet,
Yes, sir.
and asked you to paint it, what kind of things do I need to have in mind? What do I need to do to have you paint a helmet for me?
Well, you being Marine Corps, I would, make it especially for you, your personal touch. Not mine so much, but something that you can show to be proud of, that you can represent to your brothers in the world and say, that's mine.
So,
That's what I go for is
Awesome.
your, love for
Me.
what you want, not
Awesome.
so much me.
So can you hold up that helmet again, just a little bit again?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So tell me the story behind this helmet.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I had a couple helmets floating around. Just didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do, but my dark, twisted side said, hey, I think people will like this. And
Oh, yes, the Grim Reaper, man.
yeah, everybody loves a little dark, twisted side. But, I just wanted to incorporate something that I enjoy as much as someone else would.
Awesome.
Because if I like it, I'm almost sure you'd like it. So.
Awesome. Well, folks, this is CKB Custom Art, Chris Boyden, Army veteran, fought in Desert Storm. I love your helmet, and I'm going to
Thank
get with you about some Oscar Mike radio stuff. We'll make it happen, brother.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about you, and I was stoked to meet you and come
Likewise.
and hang out, and let's spread the word for all of us.
Absolutely, folks. You'll have a link to everything he does in the podcast. This is going to be awesome. We are locked through lunch. Hey, we're back. Second guest for the night. Got some more on the way. This is the Reverend Ray Pike, National Liaison for the Veterans Brotherhood, MC, Massachusetts. Reverend, how you doing, sir?
Doing great.
So how do you think tonight went? It looked like people were having a great time and really out to support what you guys do and eat some food and have some beers. What'd you think?
Well, I tell you what, for tonight, we're really happy. We had a great turnout, especially considering all that's going on around the area. People decided to come and support us. That's something that we've definitely noticed. And this is Rich. Say hi, Rich.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. So, yeah, and everybody was happy with what we had for food, the music.
The music
was a little
was
loud
great.
right now.
Hey, well, it's a little right now, but they were rocking Pantera earlier. Hey, I want to tell you, the food was
well, Pantera was my request, so.
Hey, Reverend, I mean, fantastic. And the food was awesome, and the meatballs and the dip. Who made the dip?
So somebody's one of the guys, one of his kids made the dip. I forget which one.
Well, I'm going to find out because that's very important.
She did a great job. I heard good stuff about it.
So, what is going on for the Brotherhood for 2020?
Well, for 2020, some of it is steady as she goes, because our basic thing is we're vets, we ride, and we do stuff for vets. There's a lot of stuff that we don't really publicize, because you take care. Sometimes when you're taking care of people, it's maybe on an individual basis, and just not to embarrass them, and for confidentiality.
Right.
You just got to know the things that are happening. There's other stuff. There's organizations that we support. I'm not exactly sure which ones we have on slated for 2020 yet, but that's something we go over as a group. In the past, we've done things like Needs, which is the service dogs. Of course, a lot of the local things around, like when a VFW or something has an initiative going on, things like that. And like I said, a lot of the stuff, we get a call.
Right.
Friend of a friend, however it works out. And they say, hey, listen, I get this guy, he's got 5 kids. He's between jobs and the freezer's empty. Okay. Boom, refill the freezer.
Man, that's incredible.
And it's just, like I say, it's quiet.
That's incredible.
They're repeating my song.
Hey, only on Oscar Mike Radio can you hear Pantera live as we do an interview. This is fantastic.
Yep.
So speaking of new things for the BMC, the guy sitting next to you is kind of new, right?
Now I can't hear you.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, say it again.
The guy sitting next to you is kind of new, right?
Yep. This is Rich.
Rich, welcome to Oscar Mike Radio.
Roger that. Thanks for having us. It's good to be here. Great event tonight. Lots of veterans, lots of food. Motorcycle environment. Nothing's better than that on a Saturday night. So thanks for having me. It's been great being a new member of the Veterans Brotherhood, Veterans Motorcycle Club. Great bunch of guys doing good stuff to help other veterans. There's really nothing else to say about it. It's just good stuff. And this world can use as much good stuff as it can get its hands on.
Uh-oh.
You're in a headlock.
That's Connor Sullivan being silly. Hey, it's just great to have you guys on. It's great to be back with the Veterans Brotherhood. I talked to several of you guys before in different events, but this is like the first time I've been here at one of your events. And I felt right at home, man. I felt right at home. And everybody was having a good time. What is it about bikers that want to come together and really do good where they are?
Well, I mean, the thing that people on the outside looking in some of them haven't figured out yet. If you use bikers as a demographic, it's one of the most charitable groups there is. It's where they have the common bond of the riding and everything else. That brings them together, and then you put a cause in front of them, and usually that further unifies what they're doing. Everybody sees a purpose of what they're doing. They're getting together. They're having a good time doing it. Hey, excuse me. I mean, everybody gets together. We go on a bike run. Everybody's having their day in the sun. They're ending up someplace where they're running into people they haven't seen for a little while, and it's a social event. Everybody's usually having a really good bite to eat. Like our events, what I tell everybody is if you walked away hungry, you screwed up.
Oh, well, I'm not hungry right now. That's for darn certain.
I'm sure. It's good feed, and it always, because we figure, hey, give people the money's worth, and you get more than that. So, it just drives me crazy. We go to some stuff and you get a half-done burger.
Yep. That wasn't the case tonight, folks. The meal, start to finish, was fantastic all across the board, man. And even the breath mints was nice, I need to keep my vocal cords loose, so it was nice, man. It was nice. But as always, Reverend, it's just good to see, motorcycles and veterans and people come together here. Thank you very much. All right, we are back and saving the best for the last. I have the Reverend and the Gunny. Gentlemen, welcome to this portion of Oscar Mike Radio tonight at the 2020 annual, is it annual?
Annual.
Cabin Fever event. Thank you so much for having me out tonight. It looked like a really special event. And some things happened that, I don't know if it's kosher to mention, if I got to witness, but overall, man, it just strikes me how good of a time people have and support your mission. I kind of wondered, Gunny, as the president of the club, if you kind of tell me what you thought about tonight.
I thought it was a great night. I was talking to a couple of the other clubs that were here, organizations, and it's amazing to see all the different clubs and organizations come together. It's almost like having a family reunion. It's just a great time. I love everybody. Maybe we're not in the same club together, maybe we're not in the same organization, but we all come together to all support the same causes, and it's great to get together with all these people. It's like I said, it's like having a family reunion. Every time you get together, it was great.
And Reverend, what about you? I mean, seeing this and understanding what you have for 2020, what's it like being a part of this?
Well, Gunny and I have both been long-time members now, and we've watched things grow and things evolve, not just within the group, but within the community. Right? And what you find now is there's so many of these things going on that it's saturated. So to have a turnout like we had tonight, we really appreciate it because they had a lot of choices. So we do appreciate that. And as far as what I see that we're doing, I know you touched on already, is basically we come together for common causes through our common enjoyment of riding and everything else, and channel that into something really productive. As we discussed previously, we were talking about bikers, and I said, as far as being a demographic, it's the most generous, and it's everybody coming together to do what they do, enjoying what they do, enjoying running into the people they run into, and supporting different charities, whether it's for kids, for vets, for dogs, cats, whatever. I was saying, there's always a common thread, between the riding, the clubs, the independents too. Don't want to forget them. There's a whole lot of them. And just in the end, everybody's doing positive. Despite the negative connotations sometimes
I was
we
going
get
to
off the
mention
bikers,
that, right? Because so many times you mentioned even the word veterans motorcycle club, and people like, no, I want to come away from that. Whereas tonight I can tell everybody watching this, I was just one of the crew. Everybody was welcome. No one got, this is my patch or whatever. Everybody here was for the same purpose and was wanting to mission to see. And that's something that you guys have all put together. I mean, why should somebody who's in the military looking to join a club like this?
How does someone join?
Or how do you join, and why should you join?
Okay, I'll start with the why. All right. The why is for a lot of reasons already stated. I mean, the simplest description of what we are is we're vets, we ride, and we do stuff for vets. The common bonds are that we're vets and that we ride and that we want to do something to give back. All right, so everybody's already on, if they're already on that same sheet of music, that's your why. As far as the how, it's not, I'll speak for our group. We don't hand out patches, and for good reason. We're not trying to be exclusionary, but at the same time, we believe in quality, not quantity. We could have, X amount of members, pick a crazy number, and half of them could be idiots. Well, everyone's perception is that everybody in the group's an idiot. Whereas we're picky about it, and in the process, just like in the military, there's training and refinement. There's a learning curve for somebody that does want to get involved. And during that time, they make that decision if they want to make the commitment. And the commitment's simple. Like I said, we're vets, we ride, we do self-defense. Make the time, take the time.
Yeah.
You know?
The common bond that links a lot of us together in the Veterans Brotherhood, it doesn't matter if you were Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, is at one time we all went to MEPS. We all took the same oath to join the military.
Yep.
And if you look at our club, we have pretty much somebody from every branch. We have pretty much somebody from every conflict, all the way from Vietnam to present day.
Right.
And it's the camaraderie. It doesn't matter your age or your branch. We all took the same oath. And when we left service, sometime, I know with me, I'm still serving, but I know some of our guys, they left service and there was that void that was missing in their life. They missed the camaraderie of fellow, sailors and soldiers and Marines, and we bring that back. We bring that back to them, and they love it. That's why we have such a good fusion between, some of our members are 75, 76 years old. Some of our youngest guys are in their early 20s.
Right.
But it's the we all have the same bond. We all have the same camaraderie. We all served, and we want to keep serving those that are still serving, those that served and need our help, and that at the end of the day is what links us all together.
Yeah, and we're not all. It's not everyone in the group is a combat vet either, but everybody signed on the line. Everybody took out that contract with the country that said they could possibly give up everything, including their life. So whether you get called into a combat zone or not, you made yourself available. So that's how we treat that as far as veterans go. You don't have to be a combat vet. So just want to point that out.
Well, there certainly was plenty of things to do tonight. Stuff going on literally like 3 miles up the road. I was really taken aback by how many people came. It's really a great time. And, for me, Gunny and Reverend, it was a real honor to be here tonight. I know we've talked at other events, but to be a part of this in some form or fashion and be a part of this is just fantastic. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. We appreciate you coming out also. It was great to have you here. And I speak for everybody here. It was nice to have you. Any of our events, you're more than welcome anytime. Anytime we have something, we'd love to have you there.
Love it. Steak on a stick for sure. So I'm Travis. This is Oscar Mike Radio. It's getting close to the end of the day, leap year day. We are locked for lunch. Thank you very much.